Let me log out of that. Yeah, and so here we are. We're about to play some 999. This is not Repainted, guys. I know our channel is called The Games Repainted, but also we do a lot of things that aren't repainted. Besides, we got like a bunch of stuff that is repainted, but like we have to check through them first to make sure that they're, one, appropriate to stream, and two, not filled with terrible things like what happened beforehand in certain repaints that I'm not going to name. But yeah, we got some great stuff to look forward to. We got some great things. We got some great things. That's all I really got to say. So yeah, let's just get started on some 999. I don't really have anything to say for pre-stream, but let's do it. Let's do it. Oh yeah, I have not played this game at all. This is completely blind. And so if you guys know anything, please don't spoil anything. It's apparently like a murder mystery thingy again. So we're going to do like a Danganronpa sort of follow-up. Why? Oh, it's a little quiet. Let me turn it up. Oh, you can see my sound devices. And my calendar. I can hear it. I think that'll be good. But I'm just gonna keep this to the side here. This is also made by Spike Chunsoft. Yeah, I saw that and I'm really seek a door that carries a 9. That's the time that you give it Now it is time. Also, my sound is like flipping out on me. I don't know why that is, but that's a thing that's happening. Let's see if it'll continue doing it. Let's start. Yeah, I just booted this up to see if it's would play, and yes, it does. How come this isn't the PC version of the game from Steam? I didn't even know there was a PC version of this, but you know, maybe I should play that instead. This game is fiction. Hold on. Let me check. Let me check Steam. If it's on Steam, I might play that version. Just for the sake of, hey, I played the Danganronpa Steam version. And you guys just keep seeing my Steam. It's cost $40. An emulated version is fine. It looks like it's all the games, though. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at something else. I don't even know what this is, but it looks like the Steam version. The Steam version looks better, but you know, let's just do this. Let's just do this one. You gotta be fiscally responsible. No! Why didn't you play Danganronpa on Gonta's birthday? Cause did I beat, like, when is his birthday? Let me check. This is me just checking everything right now. Gonta Gokuhara. Did I finish it before that? On the 23rd? Yeah, I beat it. I beat it like in December, so I would have no reason to go back and play it besides like the RPG bullshit. Nine. 8, 7, 6, 5. Is it supposed to sound this chunky, or is this like my sound card doing something funny? Maybe I don't have a really good audio plugin? A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open. As they adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't recognize his surrounding. Ow! Sound shouldn't be like this. Let me check what is going on. Because yes, it does sound super chunky. Sound setting. How does that sound? Does that sound better? I just hear like a bunch of low rumbling noises, so that's really all I hear. Oops. With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air. His balance lost and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold gray floor. Oh, God damn it! Oh God, what the hell? I don't know why he's Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I guess that's who he is now. Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind. Finally, he understood where he'd fallen from. It was a bed. It was a 3-level bunk bed, in fact. Junpei had fallen, apparently, from the topmost bunk. His shoulder hurt, his knees hurt, his hip hurt, his entire body hurt. He could feel a bump forming on his forehead where he slammed it against the low ceiling. He wondered if the bump was the reason. He felt his vision wavering a bit, but that seemed unlikely. At first, he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening. But as he looked around, he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking. Was it an earthquake, he wondered? It didn't seem likely. It was shaking far too quickly for an earthquake. And again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake. He tried to tell himself it was important. Junpei, wow, this is like really get along here real quickly now, aren't we? Junpei rubbed the growing bump in his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room. It looks a little nice. This is probably pre-rendered, but his pain momentarily forgotten in the face of confusion and of his circumstances. Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. And as suddenly as they'd begun, the tremors ceased. Cold silence fell over the room. No Shrek memes during the stream? Shrek! Junpei did the thing. He felt his stomach tighten. There were 1,000 things the sound could have been, but none of the things we think were good. He attempted to distract himself. Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked a lot more antique than functional. 3-level bunk bed had mattresses that were so thin they were little more than blankets. Where are the anime titties? That's where I'm wondering. Where are the titties at? On the other side of the room was an identical bed. Set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door. The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written 5. 5? What does this 5 mean? Suspiciously and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly. Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed a hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull, the same result. He's stuck! A few more tries cemented the truth in Junpei's mind. It wouldn't open. It didn't, no matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader. It didn't take a genius to figure out that the odd-looking device was keeping the door shut. There's time limits for the rooms? That makes me not want to play this game. But I'll play it anyways, because I'm pretty sure it's not that hard.
Hey! Hello! Is anyone there? Open the door!
There was no response. There are no time limits. Okay, that's good. Junpei threw his left fist into the door and stopped.
What the hell is this?
He wasn't really sure what else to say. It was a watch. That looks like a Ben 10 watch. the Ben 10. Because the center was a large LCD display. It looked nothing else so much as a watch, but it clearly wasn't that. It only showed a single number.
5. That's the same as the door.
Sure, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what that might mean. All he knew is that it was strange, and he knew he wanted it off. Junpei flipped his hand over as to remove the watch, but the other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. Sigh, he flipped the thing back over. There was a number of rivets around the rims of the face. Perhaps he pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting time or date, but on this bracelet, they did nothing. Junpei was at a loss. What was he going to do? Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However...
Damn! It's no good! Damn thing won't come off!
God. A steel ring ran from the face around Junpei's wrist back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off any time in the near future.
What the hell is this thing?
My Schwarzenegger's just getting worse and worse as time gets going. So much was happening and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as if he were about to explode.
Where am I? Why the hell am I here? Why? Why? What the hell has happened to me?
Oh. And at that moment, he noticed the window. He could leave. His round-rimmed, riveted brass-look window from the early 2000th century ship.
What? Wait, am I in a ship?
Junpei walked slowly towards the window. He could see nothing beyond it but thick, impenetrable darkness. Junpei squinted, trying to see something, anything. It was at that moment... Oh.
What? You got to be kidding me. What the hell is going on here?
Oh, shit. Hold on. I don't think my controller is configured correctly. I'm just using my mouse. Configure. Control. Left and right. Oops. Down, right. BA. Y, X. Start. Select. LR. Okay, yeah, it's working. I don't need buttons? Well, I just did it anyways.
What the hell? Oh shit, you can't see it, I'm sorry. What the hell, goddamn?
Junpei yelled and spun around, his feet slipping on the water. Already coming through the window, he ran for the door.
Hey, anyone? Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something.
There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor and quickly rising towards his knees. Things were not looking good for Junpei. Not good at all. He needed to find a way out, and quickly. Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes, around the room.
I see it. Secret out.
I really have no idea why Junpei is Arnold Schwarzenegger, but here we are. Operation Stern Escape. And during escape, you can move to different parts of the room by touching the bottom screen. Many areas require exact selection. We recommend you use the stylus. Search during an escape. During an escape, you can touch the background, search anywhere in the room. And areas you can investigate will be highlighted yellow the moment you touch them. Depending on the nature of the location you touch, you might find an item or a hint. Begin searching by touching places on the bottom screen. How to move. Touch the triangle icon on the bottom screen. Doing so will make you move. Do the same thing by pressing left and right and down on the control pad. Bird's eye view. If you want to know where you are, touch the X on the camera icon on the bottom. Drink the water? Yeah, it's probably salt water. I can just like preserve myself. Saving during an escape. Pressing start will allow you to save. If you want to quit, we recommend pressing start. Purpose of escape. Wow, I gotta do a lot of reading. How you do it depends on the room. You need to search all throughout the room to discover what you need to do to get out. Search for hints, items that may find a way out. Doesn't seem like there's anything on the sink. This is only the drain in the room. About items. During an escape, investigating parts of the room allow you to obtain items. Once you've obtained an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Touch the L button on the top left. And the screen will be able to investigate, hold, and combine items that you found. So it's like a point and click. Point and click! Search. Old picture frame. There's a picture of a ship in it. There's screws in the back. Can I not, like, undo them? I need to get a screwdriver, don't I? Let's find a screwdriver. Oh. Touching an item will... When an item is selected, touching L will return to the room investigating screen. If you look down at the bottom left corner, I can see it! It's not on the bottom. That shows that you're holding the item. If you hold an item while investigating the room, you may trigger a reaction. Meow! Meow! What is this? It's got triangles and other triangles. Right, okay, so... Okay, well, let's ignore that for now. Looks like we've got a light here and electricity. Okay, well, let's look inside here. So it opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of the way wasn't easy to open. There's a screwdriver in here. Well, what is this? It looks red. Yes. Okay. So I can combine this with that, and I can get picture of the cruiser. Oh shit. I can't rotate. How do I rotate? I want to rotate it this way. Go that way. That way. This. Nope. How do I rotate? Rotate. 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 There we go. So if we look at this one here, does that? Okay, that remembers it. Triangle up, down. So like up, left, down, right. But then it's like solid, clear, solid, clear. So like 7, 7, 4. 7, 4, 6, 7, 4, 6, 3, 7, 4, 6, 3. I just did this. It might be a good idea to write stuff down. Who needs to write stuff down? I'll forget it if I just keep reading this, but now I've already forgot it. 7463. 7463. I wonder what this is for. I need a key? God damn it. I don't have a key. Back. Ah, no. Find a key. Wait, what's this? Doesn't matter what I do, this thing won't budge. I guess it's locked. Water just keeps pouring through the window. like a waterfall. I don't think shoving something into the window is going to stop the water. In other words, if I don't want to die, I need to find a way out of this room. What a, like, it just fucking throws, I'll crawl into the pipe and find a way out. That's a genius. Well, that's not going to do anything for me here.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Oh, shit. Key? A red key. Wait, hold on a second. This is blue and red, so, like... Oops, I should probably be holding the... Junpei grabbed the key and shoved it into his pocket. He intended to leave immediately, but something stopped him. His reflection stood back at him from the mirror, but he scarcely recognized himself.
What is up with my face?
His confusion well justified. His face was drawn and pale, and the dark circles under his eyes made him look like he was nearly dead.
Man, what the hell is happened to me? How did I end up here?
As he said it, something in his mind opened, and a memory bobbed to the surface. His last thing Junpei remembered before waking up in the strange room. Plug the window with your big, meaty Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. Junpei shuffled up the stairs and opened the door to apartment 201. Inside was his apartment. A small one-bedroom affair that ran him about $630 a month. That's pretty good. If he's in, like, college, yeah, that's pretty good. He stepped inside and turned on the lights. Fluorescent lights on the ceiling blinked and flickered slowly to life, as if waking from a deep slumber. Does my voice sound like my impression of Junpei sound more like Shrek or like Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because people are saying Shrek, I'm like, that's not Shrek. Magazines piled up in the corner, the textbooks collecting dust, CD cases, blah blah blah. He's a sloppy ass bitch. One thing didn't belong. There was a breeze. Breaths of cold night air wafted in his apartment, carrying the smells of autumn with them. The white curtain framing his window swayed gently in the wind. That's weird. Did I leave that open? Junpei walked towards the window, and he realized that the person crawled into his apartment and has standing right behind him with a knife. Look out. Do not turn around. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Junpei shrugged, and then he just left it open earlier and closed the window. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh god, he's standing right behind him! Junpei turned and found himself face to mask with a man dressed in all black. The man wore a deep hood and a bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden. Junpei tried to scream, but all he could manage was a strangled croak. He tried to step towards the man, but his legs could no longer support his weight. Junpei collapsed on the floor, a crumpled heap of limbs like a discarded puppet. Too late. He noticed the white smoke that quickly filled his apartment. A small object, shaped distressingly like a grenade, sat on the floor like in front of his face, hissing. The white smoke poured out at an incredible rate. The smoke had grown so thick that the details of Junpei's apartment began to fade into the white haze. He just got drugged and kidnapped.
This is a privilege. You have been chosen.
A rasping voice warmed its way out of the gas mask. It was cold and harsh and distorted some way Junpei couldn't lay his finger on.
You are going to participate in a game. The nonary game. It is a game where you put your life on the line.
It was the last thing Junpei remembered. White smoke overpowering him, the masked man faded from his vision, and he felt his consciousness fade away into the white mist. Dude, Jigsaw voice? I don't even remember how Jigsaw sounds right now. Is it like... I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do Jigsaw. At all. That'll kill my throat.
That's right, the guy with the mask. Son of a bitch has taken me here. Bitch.
As to who the man was, or might have been, Junpei had no idea. Indeed, he wasn't sure that his assailant had been a man. The voice had been cold and mechanical, like passed through a voice changer, and the body had been covered in a thick cloak. Who was the man in the mask?
You have been chosen.
I think I like that one better. Deep and edgy. Yeah, no. I can't do deep. MCR, but a grown man's voice. Junpei had no idea where he was or why he was there, but one thing was memory seemed important.
You are going to participate in a game.
The nonary game. Yeah. You just said that. The nonary game, huh?
Oh, what the hell is the nonary game? God damn it!
With a yell, Junpei drove his fist into the mirror, and he broke it, and he broke his hand. Okay, so now I got the red key. I feel like there's another thing I have to look for. Like another piece of paper, because this here, this doesn't make any sense because one's red, one's blue. You know what? I'll do it anyways. So the was like 7463. I'm just gonna need the key. I forgot to hold the key. There we go. Alright, let's stick that red key in there. It's not opening. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. Well, oh, sorry.
Well, alright, I take it back. I guess I can move the dial now. Looks like I'm going to have to put in the right numbers and turn the key. I can do that.
Fuck it. I'm not gonna maintain that. It's gonna be whatever. It's gonna be whenever it says his name up in the top corner there. If he's like talking to himself, I'm not gonna do it. Operation instructions. Touching the dial will cause it to move the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way and then touch the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. Well, no shit. I think it should open up for the right numbers and put in the key. Well, the key's already there, so let's look for... No, not you. This one. Oh, shit. Maybe there's something over here? Oops, that's not what I want to touch. Table, water's pouring onto it like a waterfall. There's a pair of simple chairs next to the table. Water's already up to the chair. That's no good. Let's check. Might as well look through it. Damn, nothing here. No, that's not the one I wanted. There we go. I can't bring myself to call this a bed. It feels like a board with a sheet on it. It's pretty flat. Let me... Okay, let me... There we go. Okay, so if we combine that with 7-6 and then 8-5. Oh, God. I know the right code. Okay. Oh my God. I know this. I just did this. 7, 4, 8, 5.
Yes, I unlocked it.
And then he unlocks it. And inside is a bunch of red cards. Okay. These look like key cards and there's a number on each one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's go back and let's check. Let's check the numbers again because I forgot what they are. So it's be 0, 2, 0, 2, 8, 4. Except I don't have a key. Is there anything else I can use? Well, what else can you use? Well, what if I just... I gotta find a key, but like... The cards with numbers on them. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to use them. Alright, let's slide the card and see if it works. And... Beep beep. It's not working. Why? Damn it! Do I need some other cards to get this to work? Shit, I need to find more cards now! Okay. I gotta find some key. I can't see the bottom of the ladder. Oh man, the water's already up to the bottom of the bed. I gotta hurry this up. Oh shit, maybe in the fucking thing up here? There it is! Oops, oops. So the combination was 0... Fuck. 0 something or another. I do not want you to tell me this every time I go onto the fucking thing. Okay, 0, 8... No, 0... 0, 5... No, 0, 2... 8, 4. No. It's not opening. Yes, I do, but I have to read it. Zero, 2... Oh, shit. 0, 2... 6. 0, 2, 6... What was that one? 3? 0, 2, 6, 3. No! Is this also live on Twitch? Yes, it is. This is also live on Twitch. Zero, 6. No, 0. Oh, fuck, I forgot the number already. 0, 2, 6, 3. Alright, let's see if these numbers work. I turn the key and hey, it looks like it's working.
Yes, alright, let's open it up.
Yes, it opened. Looks like there's something in here. What is this, a file? A file screen. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what's in here. The digital root. Let's see here. Compute a digital root. Following steps. First, add all the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something greater than a single digit number, add the digits to one another. For example, if you have 12, then it'd be 3, right? Keep adding the digits in this manner until you have a single digit answer. The final single digit is your digital root. Okay, so 6, 7, 8 would be, so you'd be 21, 2 plus 1. Therefore, digital root of 6, 7, 8 would be 3. Okay. The digital root of 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 7, 10, 10, 1, 1. So just keep adding numbers until you get a single digit number. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. A notebook, a pen, a calculator, and a stack of key cards. Okay. Combine these with the blue ones. Nope. Let's go. Okay, let's get out of here then. Back. Okay. 1 through 3 on them. 6 key cards. There's a number written on each card. 6, 7, 8. So wait, I have the digital root, then... Calculator. The calculator can be used during an escape or during a novel sequence. During an escape, you can access it by pressing a Y. This will open the calculator. Operate the calculator. So the calculator numbers on the cool, the top of the things, and the bottom of your answer. Also calculate digital root. It's important to the progression of the story. So, 5. That's not the button I wanted. Okay. Oh, how do I read this then? How come it's not let? Oh, I have to press the search button. I already know about that. I already know about that. Calculator controls. Touch numbers on the bottom. Wait, where's my calculator then? Just keep examining it. Do I have any more? Like, I thought I got stuff. Okay. I thought I had a calculator somewhere. Did I just misread where the calculator is? Because I don't know where the calculator is. Press the Y for calculator? Oh, okay. So I actually have to press a button there. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. 9. Some of the other cards. So what if I do this? There aren't any more cards in here. I only got one other hint. Of course, the files! Oh, sorry, I did that wrong.
The files!
Digital root. Digital root, huh? What am I supposed to do with... There's a 5 on that door. Oh, do I have to get a digital root of 5? Not really sure about this. Whatever, it's worth a shot. So, to get a digital root of 5, I should get 23, right? So the first thing would be to get 23 by adding that together would be 5, 6... No, I don't have a 5. So 6, 7, 12... 8? It would be 20... Yeah. No, 20... plus 1. So 6, 7, 8, and 1. Oh. Wait, I can only use 3 though? Oh, yeah, it looks like I can only use 3. Okay. To get 14 would be like that. Did it just unlock? Well, the light is red now. It's blue, and no doubt about it, there's nothing keeping me in here now. Time to go. Oh shit! I got it. I found him! Accompanied by an angry wall of water, Junpei shot out of the room and onto the opposing wall. Gasping to catch his breath, he looked around. He was in a narrow hallway. The water had followed him out of the room and was rapidly pouring out of the door. It flowed quickly out into the hallway and slammed into the foot of the short flight of stairs. 5 steps, in fact. At the top of this short staircase, there's another door.
A door!
Wow.
A door! Another door!
Junpei leapt up the stairs and leapt straight for the door. The door burst open and Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. What other possible response could there be to what he just saw?
What the hell?
His voice trailed off and all he could do was stare. Is this the Titanic? This looks like the scene from Titanic. Solid wood, Art Nouveau. Embellishments, decorations covering the wall and pillars. It looked like nothing so much as the entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early 1900s. Junpei couldn't help but wonder, was he really in a ship? I mean, if water is filling up this ship, and the beginning of that place looked like the Titanic, I'm guessing we're in the Titanic.
Yeah, that is what I thought. This is totally a boat.
Oh, wow. That was far off from Arnold Schwarzenegger than I have ever tried.
Oh, shit! I got to get out of here!
Junpei spun around, his wet shoes squeaking in protest on the polished floor as he ran towards the tremendous staircase in front of him. C deck. B deck. As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates and mounted on the walls, denoting the decks of the ship. He took the stairs 2 at a time, not entirely sure where he would find himself, just as he began to wonder where, in fact, the stairs did lead. Who are you people? He stopped short, nearly tripping over the next stair, and looked. It wasn't just one person he'd seen. On the landing to the top left of the stairs were 4 people staring at him. And on the right side, 3 more. I was told there were 7 of them. As though they looked like they had been on their way down the stairs, they'd stopped short when they saw Junpei, their eyes wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there staring at one another. Junpei didn't move, one foot placed awkwardly in the next step in the middle of his stride. Who are these people? This entire interaction lasted only a matter of seconds. Wow. The woman spoke to Junpei, and time began to move again. You have a lack of clothing on the upper half of your body now, don't you? The woman was dressed, Junpei thought, like a dancer. Is that going to be voiced now? Because there's one. I guess there is one of us now. I don't know I don't know what voice to even use for her. Whoa! Whoa! Did you see that animation? She like moved. Hey you! Come on, hurry! With no further ceremony, she ran straight past Junpei.
I think of her like a sultry voice.
Followed the strange woman. First past Junpei was a young man with silver hair. He looks like he's gonna like do some dude bro talk. One of us, huh? Following him was an older man, facing fear. Soft wrinkles spread from his eyes. Came close enough as he passed Junpei to see a wisp of gray hair. His composing shock of hairs struck Junpei. He feared like an elderly lion.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but none of them will open.
And next to the speak was a girl with pink hair and a high voice. Come on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry! Her small hands wrapped around the wrist of another man. Who are you?
He's Nicolas Cage. That's 9 of us then. All the cards are in hand.
Well, all the cards in hand. And he wondered. Junpei opened his mouth to ask what the other man meant, but the girl with the pink hair ran past him and he was gone. God, I can't give any more voices. One of them had hair like a bird's nest. Is that the guy on the right? He's a veritable mountain of a man. Scrawny one said nothing. He scolded. past Junpei as you were running from something.
Hey, what the hell are you standing there for? Didn't you hear him?
I don't know why he's like New Brooklyn, but that's what came out of my mouth.
The doors on A deck are no good. We gotta check the doors on B deck. Got it? Now go.
Don't get attached to the names. Well, his name's Mountain. He looks like a hobo mountain. With no more effort than Junpei, you would brushed him aside like a fly. The man shoved him out of the way. Thrown off balance by the man in recent events, it took Junpei for a few steps to get his bearings. He finally regained his balance and looked at what the other 7 had been running towards. 5. 2 pairs of doors. Large iron doors set into the walls in front of him. They looked quite sturdy, and each had handles jutting from them. Run across the surface of the door, and on each door was red paint was a number. Ah! The door on the right had a 4, and the door on the left had a 5. They're the same. They're the same! Sorry, I forgot to do Silver. Junpei decided to call Silver. He's mumbling to himself. The room I woke in had a number on the door just like that.
You too, eh?
The arched eyebrow lion looked at Silver.
My cell was the same. A number of those on the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and I found myself in a rather grand room full of stairs, and as I suspected, with the rest of you.
As though the floodgates had been opened, they began to talk at once. Me too. I did too. Yeah, a door with a... And it became clear that one of them had awoken with the room. Yeah, so...
Yeah, we all saw the same thing. It's not important, we need to hurry.
Yeah, I don't know. You think I don't know that, lady? Before the dancer had time to finish, Silver was already running. He grabbed a hold of the door labeled 5 and pulled. However, fuck! It's not opening. Fuck, this damn thing won't even budge.
Move. You're in the way.
Mountain grabbed Silver's shoulder and tossed him aside. His path cleared and took a few steps. Threw himself at the door. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. The door shook as his body slammed into it, but showed no signs of breaking or opening. The mountain threw himself the door again. Junpei turned towards door 4. Next to the door on the wall, small box. It looked just like the one he had seen in the room next to that door. It was the same, then the door was locked as well. Still, he had to check. Junpei grabbed the handle and threw all of his weight onto it. It was locked as tight as the door next to it, as he suspected.
Damn it!
Junpei punched the door. It did not respond. Well, what the fuck do we do now? He barely finished his thought when the C deck plate was passed on the way up. His body moved before he had time to think. Junpei turned back towards the stairs. Scarcely taking a step when, at the top of the stairs, next to an ornate clock embedded on the wall, he saw a person. Hi, you? It's a girl. She looked to be the same age as Junpei. He froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No, there was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew. He knew he had met her before. The girl, too, stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Her response suggested she had seen him before as well. Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly towards her. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. No sooner had he set foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. She fell down the stairs and broke her neck. And that was the end of it. She was gone. And then she was there. Flat on his back, she had landed securely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did. And this is basic anime plot right now. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship. lapping faintly at the walls, ceilings, and eventually that faded as well. The silence was complete, thick, muffling blanket. And at last the girl opened her mouth. Jumpy. Jumpy. Her words echoed through Junpei's head. Akane? Why hadn't he realized it before? The girl was Akane Kurashiki, and she and Junpei had been friends since childhood. They had gone to elementary school together for 6 years. But what was she doing on the ship? What is she doing here? Her eyes, soft eyes, were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth of her face, feelings he thought long forgotten began to work the way to the surface. He felt homosexual. And there, he lost interest in her. Welcome aboard, and welcome to all the boat boy. Well, that was something that was completely uncalled for. The 7 companions heard voices as well as the many faces had gone pale. They looked around frantically, desperate to locate the source of the voice. At last they had found it, a speaker set in the ceiling. I am Zero, the captain of this ship. I am also the person who invited you here. It was harsh, obscured. Ah, yes. I feel like I should give him like a Yukino Joe. Hey, asshole, what the hell is this? Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
What do you mean to do to us?
I meant to have you participate in the game. Some of you I know are familiar with this game, the Nonary game. It's a game where you put your life on the line.
Nonary game? What the hell is that?
The voice continued, implacable. Rules of the Nonary game can be found on your persons. There are simple rules. Read them.
Nonary game?
Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check it out. Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. Zero is actually a black and white bear. Someone called me out on it. Junpei followed suit and dug into the pockets of his pants. He felt that, and that didn't get wet, and like he doesn't have a soggy piece of paper in his pocket.
I got one too. I can't do it anymore.
Then it would seem Zero has seen a fit grace for us, seen him with a letter. Do you mind reading it to us, young man?
Junpei, shortly after a moment of surprise, had asked,
On the ship you will find a handful of
my throat is killing me now. Numbered doors. In front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are in the number bracelets that each of you possess. Should you total the numbers on your number bracelets and find that digital root of that number equal to that number of that of the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. Oh shit, okay, so 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who must leave, all who enter must leave, and all those who enter must contribute. Oh shit.
The purpose of the game is simple. Leave the ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries the line.
I'm sorry. As soon as I just said 9 there. Oh my god.
9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
That's the game we're playing, guys. Boom, title drop. On April 1912, famous ocean liner Titanic. Wow, we're on the Titanic. After remaining afloat for 2 hours and 40 seconds, it sank beneath the waters of North Atlantic. I will give you one more time. 9 hours. That is the time you'll be able to make your escape. The voice finished and the speaker went silent. The sound of the bell tolling echoed through the hall. It came from the dance hall adjacent to the stairwell. It took those assembled on the stairs a mere moments to trace the sound to an antique clock embedded on the wall. 7, 8, 9. The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came. That meant the time was 9 o'clock. Likely 9 o'clock in the evening. When Junpei peered out the window off of the cell, he'd see nothing but blackness. It had to be nighttime. If that's the case, they would need to escape by 6 a.m. the following day. Now it is time. Let the game begin. I will wish you all the best of luck. The speaker went silent and did not speak again. Sylvia yelled at the speaker with language coarse enough to embarrass a sailor. The Junpei, he's just swearing. Just let him swear. This year is the game's 90th anniversary? What? This game hasn't been out for that long, has it? Who was Zero? What was the nonary game? Why had he been chosen to take part of it? Was he a criminal who took delight in playing with his victims, or did he have some other purpose? And why had Junpei been chosen as part of this insane game? Why had any of them been chosen? But one question was foremost in his mind. Why are you here? Akane, they hadn't seen each other since elementary school. Why'd she appear now? Coincidence? No, it seemed impossible. There had been a reason. Didn't know what it might be, but there has been a reason. The game came out in 2009. Whoa! Did it come out in September? On the 9th?
Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think? Get moving! Ugh.
Oh god, that was not it at all.
Hey, wait, don't tell me you're actually gonna do what the Zero says.
No, that's not what I mean.
Ugh.
After all, we haven't really examined this place yet. What? The time is 9:05. The time is now 9:20. All 9 people returned to where they had left one another. The result of all their work was nothing. They were completely sealed in. Their hard work had not gone completely to waste, however. They had learned a number of things as they had scourged the parts of the ship they could reach. It seems they were confined to decks A through C. C was far down as they were able to go, however. The reason being, D was completely submerged. Strangely, however, the water had risen no higher than deck D. The fucking thing did the thing. The D deck, the dick. Perhaps
the Zero fellow had used some sort of remote control to seal a watertight door lower down. He said our time limit was 9 hours. In other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours.
And you say it.
Then you won't say it won't sink till then? Well, it might be a little too optimistic. The point to wishful thinking.
3 metal doors on deck C. Single doors off the side with 2 more walls facing the central staircase. None of them had numbers, verification devices. They were just, however, locked like the other doors. No matter how much they pushed and shoved, the doors refused to move. The mountain and the lion threw themselves against them a few times, but to no avail. Back with the keyhole. The 2 other doors on deck C, clearly there were elevators. Each had a button next to it, upside down triangle. There was no response. Apparently there was no power running to the elevators. To the left of the elevator doors was a card reader. Strange mark on it. Looked like a lowercase h. That looks like a horoscope star sign. Didn't know you were secretly Nick Cage.
Oh, I didn't know either.
The symbol of Saturn, yeah. It's an astrological symbol. Then the mark on
the other door.
the sun symbol. So many doors. That's a target. That's the Earth symbol. I was gonna say that's a crosshair for a gun. Horizontal equator, vertical represents the prime meridian. The ceiling, and a great circle, perhaps. Oh shit! Look, it's the prime meridian and this other one. In other words, they were trapped.
We're trapped, and the exits go nowhere.
Junpei was not happy. No, I wouldn't be either. Well, I'm sure it'll go somewhere, just can't open them. And the mountain spoke. You don't know that for all we know, the walls can't take us in circles. Oh, God, no. I'm sure they go otherwise. What point would there be? We can't open them. Well, 2 of them at least. Open the 4 and the 5. And the numbered doors. All eyes turned towards the door with the numbers on them. The atmosphere in the room grew tense. Wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that. The dancer moved in front of the doors as if to block them. We have to be crazy to open these doors. Crazy! In 8.5 hours, the sink is going to ship. Clamor of voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what. These arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at another. How terrible. Junpei remained silent, but at last he could take no more.
Hey, shut up!
They fell silent, and all the eyes turned to Junpei. He felt each stare burning into him, but he refused to flinch.
Before we decide we're going to go, there's something we have to do.
What's that? We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are. What do you guys get? Why are you here? Aren't you curious too? They were silent. Some of them looked the other way or bit their lip across their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. It was Kane. I agree. I think Jumpy is right. Jumpy? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I would just call him Jumpy. His name is Junpei. She pointed towards Junpei. We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school. Wait, stop. Don't tell this stuff we didn't ask you about. Zero's probably watching us right now. What are you gonna do if he's listening in? Would that be bad? Hell yeah, it would. We don't know much about that bastard who knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, it'd be dangerous to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, then we could go after our families. Then maybe he'd tell us to get us to do stuff. But it's gonna be hard to talk to each other if we don't have names. Alright, then why don't we have code names? To him, apparently it seemed like an obvious solution. Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7. Oh, well, I guess your name's 7 now. Why are you 7? Because I'm mentally 7. Stuck out his left arm. Because this bracelet number says 7. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea. He smirked. Alright, then I'm gonna be Who? This guy's an idiot. Oh. That's why your name's Santa. Can we just call him Sans? Sans means 3. San means 3, so it'll be Santa. You know, like Santa Claus? I'm just gonna call him Sans. He's gonna be Sans Undertale from now on. That's his nickname for me. Then your bracelet number, yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa. Just like the mountain had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3. Very well then, I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. I think Ace seems appropriate. Then I'll be Lotus then, as I'm sure you all know. That was 8 petals. Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is 8. I would appreciate if you call me Snake.
I would appreciate if you called me Snake. My bracelet number is 2. Since Ace had been chosen in cards, I think chose Dice, Snake Eyes, which is clearly particularly...
Oh, he's blind. He's blind, really.
Colonel, I'm stuck in a ship filled with children. Colonel! Colonel! Colonel, I'm stuck in a snake pit.
I want to be Clover. You know, like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck, right? Almost looking bored, she held out her left hand. 4. Come around to Junpei, held out a bracelet. Alright, my number is 5, so my code name's gonna be... Well, I have one. It's not like there's any point to having it now. The dancer cut him off mid-sentence. I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei. Oh, well, they all nodded. Kind of stepped forward nervously. Well, then you should call me by my name, too, because, I mean, it doesn't seem fair to Jumpy. What's your bracelet number? 6. She claimed the bracelet's face showed a 6. Alright, then why don't we call you June? You know, it's the 6th month of the year, so you're June. Wait, hold on. No, I was overthinking it. I was thinking about Saturn, the symbol for Saturn. And I was like, is her birth year in June? Like June and Junpei! Ha, get it? Ace. 2 was Snake. 3 was Sans Undertale. 4 was Clover. 5 was Junpei's number. Akane was 6, and Junpei had given her the codename June. 7 was 7. Well, you're fucking creative now, aren't ya? And 8 was Lotus. That meant 8 of them, including Junpei, revealed their bracelet numbers. There was still one person left. I forgot about this dude! His skin was pale, breathing was heavy, knees weak, arms spaghetti. His nervousness seemed suspicious or perhaps emotionally unstable. It's difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he'd only had fingertips worth of grip on his sanity. The girl with the pink hair, Clover, walked up to him slowly. She put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously. What number are you? He didn't answer. Bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person. His breath became hot in hot pains. Hey, I'm talking to you. The man licked his dry lips with a shaking tongue and spoke in a voice like old paper. Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here, and you know whose numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left. So you're 9. Yeah. Extended a trembling arm. Extended a trembling arm. Does his bracelet indeed say 9? Clover looked at it contemptuously. What's your code name? Code name? I feel like he needs to have a dink voice. I don't need one. I don't even know how to do dink voice. Because I'm not going to stay here with you. Ugh. If I ever remember these voices when my throat isn't gonna kill me. You got some sort of plan?
I do.
Oh. What's that?
Yeah, sure you wanna know.
I can't even do a dink voice. Alright, let me show you. I'm going to do this! And then he ripped his clothes off. Oh. By the time he realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake's. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arms around her waist. What the hell do you think you're doing? Sans Undertale leapt forward towards Clover and the 9th man. He was halfway there when, stay back! The man's hand dove into his pocket, and he pulled out a knife! Like Sans Undertale. A pocket knife, he held it onto Clover's pale, quivering neck. If you get any closer, I'll cut her open. Sans Undertale skid to a halt, snarled at the scrawny man with the knife and gritted his teeth. That's right. The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking in the collar of his shirt. Clover, are you alright? The prince's voice, Snake, sounded oddly concerned. Yeah, I'm fine. Her voice shook, making words even less convincing. What the hell are you trying to do? I told you. This is my plan. What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch? Don't worry, I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she does what I tell her to, I'll let her go. Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave her a start. As his back touched it, glanced towards. Spoke. Verify. Left. The left. On your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part. What if I don't? The man's nostrils flared and he looked like he was about to choke. Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I could kill you if I... All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now, Gohan. He pressed the knife against Clover's neck hard. Slowly, she stretched out her left hand towards the device. Her back was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment. She found the circular panel. Cold electronic noise on the display of her hand. An asterisk appeared. So that's how it works, Junpei thought to himself. By placing one's palm on what the ninth man had called the scanner panel, the user's bracelet number would be entered into the device. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find the digital root of that number equal to the number of that of the door, then the door will open. Could you just change Snake's voice to a Solid Snake? Because yeah, I'll pretty much just did that. Because it's Snake. Nick Cage just worked well for him too. I don't know. I'll probably just switch between the two. Be like, Carl, I just the one thing I love about fucking Nick Cage's voice is that he just sounds like he's taking a shit all the time. You're next. Verify the number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. Don't you care what happens to her? Okay, just calm down. Ace held up his hands, palms out. Ninth man jerked his chin towards the device. Slowly, cautiously, Ace moves towards the device. Now verify. Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again and the second asterisk appeared. The device Clover and Ace's numbers 4 and 1. Okay. Goes 9. 4 and 1 and 9. Oh, oh wow. He's got an easy way of doing this. Because he can just have a multiple of single-digit numbers and then 9. That's automatically the root the digital root. 5 and 9. 9 and 14. 14 and 1 is 5. Or 14, like 1 and 4 is 4. Man, he's got the best number. Or maybe like the worst number. Who knows? Ace took 2 and 3 steps back. No farther. No farther than that. Go all the way back. Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The ninth man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile, and that's when Junpei understood his plan. 4, 1, 9. 14, 1, 1, 4, 5. Behind D, Colonel. What's a Russian gunship doing on the Titanic? What's Snake doing on a tanker? Are they in a tanker? Dropped his hand on the lever in the side of the device and pulled. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan. He let go of Clover.
Wait!
Junpei leapt towards the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough. The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door. Okay, have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye. He was gone. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal. Metal on metal. Metal. Wow.
Clover, are you all right?
Snake ran to Clover's side as as she lay on the floor. Oh, God. Junpei ran to the door. The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles. And they pulled and they grunted and they strained, but... Shit. Nothing happened. Won't budge. That's when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet. Do you hear something? Like what? Some sort of beeping. Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal door. The others did the same. You're right, I can hear it too. What is it? They heard something else. It was the ninth man. Shit, why isn't it stopping? God damn it. You lied. This wasn't supposed to happen. This is wrong. This is wrong. Oh, his voice shook in fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another. What's happening in there? Open the door, please. I'm begging you. Help me. Help me get out of here. Get me out of here. Junpei grabbed a hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner panel. Nothing happened. Why didn't it register him? He looked at the display where the asterisk had shown up. It said engaged. Oh my god, there's no time left. Listen, I was lied to. You lied to me. You put me in here. It was him. He killed me. It was him. At least I don't have to voice him anymore. Yeah, I guess he was like Christopher Walken, but he's dead now, so. Right, goodbye, Christopher Walken. Explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked. When they stood up, they realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Silence filled the room. In that silence, the electronic tone that echoed through the room sounded as loud as a gunshot. All eyes turned toward it. Vacant. It had come from the device mounted next to the door. The display changed from engaged to vacant. Let's see if we can open it. 7. The mountain swallowed hard. Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. Oh no. Oh no. It wasn't enough, however. At least 2 more people were needed. Junpei asked, which pair? What do you think, guys? Ironically, also, these ones have to add up to 9. I'm guessing one of these people also die here, so... Let's take Snake and 7. Fulfilled the conditions. They were to pull the lever on the side. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna open it. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. Stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced, put a hand over his mouth. Oh my god. Good god. Lotus and Ace shuddered. 7 grunted. Oh, that's pretty bad. Even Sans Undertale's voice shook. He blew up. It appears that Sans Undertale was right. The hallway of the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. Ah! A shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Then her strength left her, and she dropped. Junpei turned to catch her. The door groaned shut. She crumbled to the floor. June, are you okay? Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arms around her shoulders. That's when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating in intense heat. You think you can walk? She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair. How are you feeling? Are you alright? She nodded as she did. A single huge tear rolled down the side of her face. Why did this happen? Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief, choked by sobs. Why did this happen? Junpei spun around. Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who is Zero? What is this nonary game? Come on, anybody. Anything. What the hell is going on? What are we doing here? No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Sans Undertale, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood there, 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines for mouths. June's body shook with silent sobs. They slowed as minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. He overcooked his Hot Pocket in the microwave. Oh my god. That's a wonderful, wonderful. Are you going to call him Sans Undertale the entire game? I am, because he's pulled a fucking... Do you guys know Japanese? San in fucking Japanese is 3. So I'm just going to call him Sans Undertale because he just did it to himself. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. We were sitting there for an hour. On the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence. It's 10 o'clock. Ace said what one of them had been thinking. This means it's been an hour. So it's... Wow, that's exactly what I said. Fuck, I've had enough of this crap. Sans Undertale left to his feet, his fists clenched. How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until time limit 0 is going on. The time limit 0 was going on about is up. Let's get going already. Go, go! Sans Undertale outburst onto deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke. No, I refuse. I'm not going to end up like him. You mean the 9th man? Of course. Who else? In his mind, Junpei saw the corpse again. Organs strewn across the floor, like blossoming of a grotesque flower. An explosion that had torn through his body had been powerful. The 9th man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. Junpei suspected the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half his face was crushed and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been empty, either by the explosion or by gravity. He'd landed on his back, and his stark white ribs jutted out from his chest, like legs of some sort of macabre crab. Crab! Junpei felt something flip in his stomach. I think he's just screwed up. Eyebrows went up. Sans Undertale continued. He probably just set off some sort of trap and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive. Whatever Snake was laughing at, Sans Undertale did not find particularly humorous. What's so goddamn funny? Oh, my apologies. You were just so very confident. I couldn't help myself. What the fuck? I think you've mistaken the situation. The 9th man's death, it had nothing to do with a trap, or at least nothing the sort of trap as you imagine it did. He broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died. Quite simple if you think about it. You still don't? Alright. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said. Specifically, what he said to do about the number of people. He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door, right? And after that, you've forgotten the relevant part? What did Zero say? Sans Undertale furrowed his brow in thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said, everyone who was verified had to go. All those who enter must leave, and all those who enter must contribute. It means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through. That's correct. Gold star for you, Junpei. The ninth man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That's why he was executed. Gotta go, bye, I love you. Well, bye, Final Dwayne. Thank you for joining. Making sure we didn't break any rules. I'm not so sure of that, because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us. What do you mean? Snake looked at Seven. It could only be described as pity inside. Very well, I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I hope that Zero might spare me the trouble, but it seems increasingly unlikely. When Ace spoke, he gave the words to everyone else's thoughts. You know something? Well, I know a great many things, but yes. What is it? You know, here. Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket. With a flourish, she presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke. What's the point of giving me this? Give me that! Sans Undertale snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion. What the hell is this? Seven tugged it out of Sans Undertale's hands. I see. The card went from Seven's to Lotus to June's, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood. It's Braille. Okay. Junpei can recognize it, but he clearly couldn't read it. Sorry guys, I can't read this. Junpei handed the card back to Snake. Snake. Okay, that was fun. So what's important about that card? I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it's a message from Zero. Suddenly, everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Sans Undertale especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers out of him. Snake raised his hand. Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me. I'll read it. Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke. Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you the function of the red and the dead of the bracelet. The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every numbered door, you will find a red. The dead is a deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. Perhaps you're wondering, what does the detonator detonate? I'm afraid this may be something of a surprise. I've placed a small bomb inside of you, and the people whom you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I've no doubt by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found your way into the small intestine. In other words, you'll be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse or timer for the bomb in your body. There's only one condition that will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, you will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode. That wasn't a pie. These are bombs in a bomb factory. They weren't made in a factory. They were made in a... Well, I don't know. I can't remember what he says there. Pie bomb. Anyone who doesn't verify the number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their... Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify the number at the dead. That is, if you try to pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds you'll be dead. Also, you must keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed. So long as the door is open, the dead will not function. You'll do well to remember this. Lastly, let's discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from the ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship or detects that the user's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There's no other way to remove the bracelet. If you attempt to force it off or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode. Oh, good thing he couldn't get it off, or else he would have been dead. That is the information which I can impart to you. However, how you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your own fate. I wish the best of luck. The Reds, Deads, and Bracelets enforce the rules. There were judge, jury, and executioner. In defiance of Zero's suggestions, both Sans, Undertale, and Seven put their fingers down their throats and began to gag. The rest stiffened. Some touched their stomachs, simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach. There was a bomb inside his body. The thought of it made him queasy. His stomach felt oddly hollow, and his legs were weak. Finally, Sans Undertale spoke. Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like, surprise or something. Instead, it was Sans Undertale who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone who spoke at once. Yeah, I saw him too. Me too. He was wearing a gas mask. I love how you say Sans Undertale so casual, like it's the character's name, but it is his name. This is gonna like bite me in the back one day, where it's like I have to like read a fucking thing at Christmas, like Santa Claus comes to our house. I'm gonna be like, Sans Undertale comes to your house, gives you gifts. Oh, I had an audio chip? I'm sorry. That was the relationship between Snake and Clover. For some reason, they'd been abducted from the same room and woken up in the same room. Junpei looked up at them thoughtfully. They're gonna stream VLR. I don't even know what that is. So what's the deal with two of you? Clover answered. Clearly she had nothing to hide. We're siblings. Siblings? Yes. Snake is my older brother. Obviously, that means I'm his little sister. It's not so hard to understand. Junpei was taken aback. The other seemed just as surprised. She's correct, of course. He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder. Are you surprised? Well, yeah, but why? Are there other people here with connections to one another? Those two, for instance. Snake pointed at Junpei and June. How could you... we're standing apart. Virtue's Last Reward, the sequel. Maybe. We'll see how this goes. You say you're childhood friends, weren't you? Well, you went to school together. Yeah. June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention. Junpei was nervous as well, and scratched his head as casually as possible. Well, maybe you can figure out why Zero is this way. Yeah, you're right. Connect the dots between the victims, and that leads you to the perp. Textbooks stuff. Junpei, June, does any of this ring a bell? Ring a bell. Ring a bell? They both tilted their neck at the same time. Perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire. Like Togami? Byakuya Togami? Someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is must be incredibly rich. Zero is most likely simply a representative of a larger group. It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment. If this is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on, a guy's dead. The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. The room went quiet again. They're just gonna stand here for like another hour. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues. In the specter of death hanging over them. The discussion continued for some time. In the end, however, they learned nothing. And we still stood around for another 30 minutes. We only got 5.5 hours left, okay? You sure you want to just sit around? No one was willing to argue this time. Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed. Not sure if it's going to be fun running around knowing we've got to jump when Zero says jump. Well, this is stupid just to sit around here and do nothing. Thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works. Correct, and so as long as we follow the rules, we should most likely be alright. But what? Who's going to go in which door? June looked towards the numbered doors. Looks like we gotta do math. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. 8 of us can't go in the same door. Then it would seem we would have to split up. Wait. I'm telling you now, there's no way in hell I'm going through door 5. Don't be selfish. Tell me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here. And we were doing so well. He shook his hand and sadly, sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5. Oh, Sans Undertale, not you two. Hey man, I just bought these shoes. You think I'm gonna get some creepy dude's blood over them? You got another think coming. That was the last straw. What the hell, man? You weren't the one who kept saying we should get going. Yeah, so? Doesn't mean I wanted to go in that door, into door 5. There's an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke. Fine, I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me? There was another long silence. This time Snake was the one to break it. I'll go. What? Don't worry, you'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later. How do you know that? Because I do. Man, those animations are so cool. They're like... There's like so many in-between frames. There's nothing you have to do. A step forward. If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7 and Snake is 2. A step forward. If you add Clover's number and mine is 1, the digital root will be 5. 4 of us can go into door 5. Wait, what about the other 4? What's their digital root going to be? Junpei did a quick mental calculation. Lotus, Sans Undertale, Junpei remained. Their bracelet numbers were 8, 3, 6, 5. What would their digital number be? Like, let's see if I can do quick math real quick. 11, 17, 22, 24. So we're good. Four people would go into door 5. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace. 4 people would go into door 4. Lotus, Sans Undertale, Junpei. Junpei had to ask himself if the teams were really what he wanted. Beyond door 5 was what remained of the 9th man. So let me get this straight. This isn't actually timed, right? Because they're like 81 seconds, but like I know I'm gonna take like 23 seconds. Not 23 minutes. Ah, God. I'm just like setting myself, oh, I'm so great. I'm so good at puzzle solving. No, I'm gonna take like hours on this thing, I swear. Go through door 4, or should he stop them all and insist on door 5? Hey, has it been an hour and a half since oh my God. It's been an hour and a half since I started. All right then. It seems we've reached the conclusion. Shall we go? What about the door 4? Why had Junpei even considered doing otherwise? Be there for June, for Akane, Kurashiki. Akane Karashiki. It seemed good. He felt it was the right choice to make. He made no shows of affection, but Junpei saw her as something more than just a friend from his childhood. He watched the other four walk into their door. Ace, Snake, Clover, Seven. Junpei said nothing as they left. Before long, they'd reached door 5. They talked to one another for a few seconds, saying things Junpei couldn't hear. They laid their hands, one by one, on the scanner panel of the red. Determination, there it is. It's Sans Undertale. Be careful. So like, what if like one of them's like, what if they do bad math? Like, the door wouldn't open at all. But like, what if everyone just like died and you can't have a number anymore? The body was not a pleasant thing. Snake had no such problems. His blindness made him immune to the horror. He stepped through the door, his feet making a wet splack in the pool of blood. Do you intend to kill me? I assumed you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you? Snake had not even bothered to turn around, but the other three steeled themselves as they stepped through the door. Door 5 swung shut, closing the heavy finality of metal upon metal. Junpei and his companions scrambled to the door. They pressed their ears to it in an attempt to hear what might be taking place on the other side. It's beeping, just like before. Probably the sound of the detonator on the bracelet. Do you think they're okay? There it is. It's gotta be the dead thing. Come on, get over there. We gotta authenticate. Alright. The beeping stopped. Sighs of relief were audible even through the heavy door. Looks like it stopped. Junpei and his companions leaned away from the door and breathed collective sigh of relief within their own. Hey, are you doing alright over there? I heard Seven's voice, but it wouldn't be hurt. To be sure. See, the thing that I'm thinking of right now is that I touched the 5 door already. Am I gonna die? It's just like the red, but the color's different. You know how the red was red? Well, the dead is blue. Other than that, it's just like the red. Authenticating is the same too. Stood in front of the red and placed their hands in front of it upon it. Oh, I didn't go in. Okay, so I'm good. Junpei grabbed the lever and turned it around. You guys ready? Beep beep. Run.
Run.
Leapt through the door and they started running. Okay. The moment they had passed through it, they each heard a cold electronic sound coming from their left wrist. There it is. Their red skull appeared and began to flash. The detonator's countdown had begun. In a long moment, each of them had spent staring at their wrists. The door closed behind them. The numbered door behind them closed. The sound of metal on metal reverberating down the hallway. Okay, so there's no way back now. They were committed. They couldn't find a device to deactivate their detonators. Where the hell's the dead? They began to run, eyes looking frantically for the device. It was the key to their salvation. The hallway they found themselves running down was a long one, easily 300 feet in length. On the right side stood a series of wooden doors, all nearly identical. If they had taken time to think, they would have likely have discerned that the doors led to cabins. Don't tell me the dead is in one of those rooms. Oh no, how many rooms do you think there are? There were 7 or 8 of them. Fuck. the nearest door. He grabbed the knob and shook it hard. It wouldn't open. Oh my god. Junpei turned around to find another door. Saw that his command had already run to doors in the feet of their own. They did not seem to be having more success than he had. Their own words confirmed his fears. Shit, this one's no good. Same here. It's not moving. Junpei looked in the direction. His eyes caught something that he hadn't noticed before. A small red light flashed at him dimly from the end of the hallway. That's it, over there. He grabbed Sans, Undertale, Lotus, and June, pulled them towards the light. Sans Undertale called out to them as we ran. How many more seconds do we have? How would I know? Our time limit is 81 seconds. I know that, goddammit. I'm asking you how many seconds we have left. In all likelihood, Junpei figured that nearly a minute had passed since the door had closed behind them. If that were true, which seemed foremost in their minds, they arrived at the end of the hallway. The dead sat in the left of the hallway, blinking tauntingly at them. Junpei grabbed a hold of the machine, his hands slick with sweat and shaking. With a grunt, Sans Undertale yanked the lever downward. Dang, we good. You know the Sans Undertale meme isn't funny and should be abandoned? Yeah. I'm still gonna do it.
Sans Gaming.
Yeah, we never got to watch Sans Gaming.
Sans Gaming.
Exactly, buddy. Yeah, the channel we never got to watch.
Sans Gaming.
Okay, now you're starting to bum me out, Patrick.
No, look at the sign. Sans Gaming. Sans is a brother of Papyrus.
Sans Gaming. It's Mercury! Male? Wasn't quite sure to make of it. For a moment they stared in confusion. It was June that corrected him. No, it's not the symbol for male. It's Mars? Yeah, Mars. I corrected myself before I came up. It counts, I got it. First try. Technically the same symbol. I saw the number of similar symbols near the main hallway. The symbols of the solar system. The sun. Saturn. The Earth. So isn't the man symbol, it's a symbol for Mars? I think so, yes. Wait, there's, how many planets are there in the solar system? 8, right? Does Pluto count? Because Pluto's gone. Like, not gone, but like, doesn't count anymore. But also, the 9th guy just kind of blew himself up. Took him a moment to catch his breath again. So here's the deal. None of the doors open. That must mean we only have 2 more doors. Let us examine the doors on either side of the larger double door. The door on the left read B92. The door on the right proclaimed that it led to B93. Alright. Hand on the door on the knob for the door that read 92. Sans Undertale moved to the door that said number 93. They made it through the numbered doors alive. There was nothing more to be afraid of. Junpei and Sans looked at each other and nodded. In unison, they pushed against their respective doors and promptly found themselves in a new room. June followed Junpei as he threw open his door. They turned around and saw that the door on the other side was open as well. That the door was another person. Through the door was another person, his mouth agape. It was Sans. It opened. Yeah, it did. Junpei and Sans looked at each other. They had not expected the doors to yield so easily. Lotus's calm voice broke through their thoughts. Maybe this is all part of Zero's plan. Can't say I enjoy being treated like someone's puppet. Another escape the room. Escape the room. Alright. So there's a door. Okay, this looks like a hotel room, so that's going to be easy to think about. Let's examine this thing. It's kind of weird looking picture. Abstract painting or something. It's kind of like a demon with an elephant-like nose. Sucking on a human being's brain. What the hell are you thinking? Let's see, I mind finding out a little more about what goes on in there. Let's ignore that for now. Looks expensive. She reminds me of a Ace Attorney character. Got some matches. It's a box of matches. There are matches inside, obviously. Okay. Do you mean Maya, Andy? I mean, Maya, Trucy, Pearl, like all of them. She's like the assistant. By the way, Jumpy, how did you end up here? What do you mean? I told you earlier, didn't I? Man with a gas mask. Why would two childhood friends bump into each other like a place like this? Are you hiding something? She is. What would I hide? Your face. I mean, like the number of... Don't worry. Only 18 times 0. Get it? Because it's, she dated 0 18 times. Just like you, Jumpy, I woke up and I was on D deck. I mean, these are college kids, right? So they're like somewhere between the ages of 19 and 22, I assume. I think we're overthinking this right now. It was like, it's somebody in the school. More like, it's you. I feel like it's her or something. I don't know. I mean, this isn't Danganronpa, but this is some sort of mastermind thing. Oops, shit. Okay, well, let's... Okay, I can't look this way, but let's check the door. It's a light blue blanket with some designs on it. Someone's made the bed, or at least never unmade it. There's bed sheets under the blanket, nothing exciting. There's two pillows right next to each other. Guess it's a double. Oh! Hey, are you alright? You need to lay down for a minute? Still a little early for that. Whoa, I didn't... I'm not suggesting that. It's not a painting, is it a map? Looks like a map of the ship's interior. That's a great find. I think it'll be really useful. Let's take it with us. Map screen. Can be viewed during the story sections. It's entirely different in function from the bird's eye view mode. While on the map screen, you can examine a map of the ship's floor plan, which you will acquire over the course of the story. If you touch map on the menu, you'll be taken to a map screen. While there, you can scroll around the floor plan with the control pad or the stylus. Touching the green parts of the... Okay, well, I don't really care. This game managed to be a better Saw game than the official Saw game. Wow, that's kind of impressive. Everything here is really retro, even if some sort of style choice. It's just too much. Do you remember what Zero said? Could you imagine if we're not on a ship? This is all just like crafted to make it look like a ship. Because you know, if they were in a boat right now, that wouldn't stop the water from flowing in. It's a replica. You know, like a copy of the actual boat. Fans, crazy Titanic fans. No way! Do you even know how much money that would take? No idea, but that's gotta... but all they've got to do is break even, you know? Break even, yeah. They could use it as a cruise ship. Climb aboard a piece of the history, sail around the world in the resurrected Titanic. Hell, with marketing like that, they'd even probably have more customers than they'd know what to do with. Did you know a giraffe can clean its ears with 21-inch tongue? With its 21-inch tongue. Well, there you go. We saw the boat in the beginning. I don't think we did, because we woke up in the boat. Do you believe in that sort of thing? Like curses and stuff? Nah. What about you? I guess that's kind of a dumb question. Yeah, I do believe in curses. In fact, I think it was a curse that sunk the Titanic. I think it was just some dude who forgot to look at where he was going, and then he crashed into an iceberg, and he's like, shit, I didn't do it, and then it sunk. They say that the mummy had a history. Everyone involved with it died in mysterious deaths. Come on, I'm sure you've heard of it before. Those who open the coffin will be forever cursed. Haven't you heard of that? So you're saying the Titanic sunk because of that curse? That's right. What's with this, like, clipping sounds? It's really unbelievable. What's unbelievable about it? Well, supposedly she's really pretty. Pretty, yes. But she was a mummy. That's right. She wasn't all shriveled up or rotten or anything. She looked just like she was alive. I get it. That's the thing. I don't remember that name. Where your body turns into some kind of wax? The dead body is put in the right sort of environment. The fat in it turns into something like candle wax, right? And saponification? Yeah, that's what it was. No, that's not it. She wasn't wax. Then what was it? They say that she was frozen. Frozen? Like the movie? That's right. The whole body was frozen solid. You know, a human body is more than 60% water. Through when it got put into the Titanic, even though it was carried through the desert. Her body never melted. Shouldn't we be, like, getting out of here? The Morris had heard eating his ice cream too fast. I don't know why we just spent all that time doing that. Give me some whiskey. Oh, it's water. You probably have it in there because your throat will always feel dry when you wake up. You know, my throat's dry, but I think that's because I'm a little nervous right now. We didn't run a lot, so we're kind of sweaty. Hey, Jumpy, do you want to take a shower? Whoa! Oh, I just said that. I mean, I read that. Just kidding. Too late to take it back. My brain's already working out the picture. Dude. Mirror for the dresser. We don't have time for that. Come on, it's not like there's anyone around here you need to impress. Yes, there is. Who? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? Forget it. Key. Do you think it's the key to the dresser? Oh. Bathroom's over there. How do we get in there, though? Let's leave. Wait, no, maybe there's something else we can... I keep clicking the top screen thinking I'm gonna be, like, investigating that. Let's see here. Wooden cupboard. There are cups inside. Surprisingly, no one. Yeah, let's check around here. Chair? Doesn't look like there's anything here. Did you know the Grand Canyon can hold around 900 footballs? Tell that to Tommy Wiseau. I think he'd just love that. He'd be like, ha, football. Ha, football. Bathroom. Where can I look? Shower head. It's a shower head. Feels dry too. That means no one has used it in a long time. That's the bathroom wall. There's square tiles all over it. A little blue platform protruding from the shower next to the knobs. It's for putting soap on. I used a shower once, so I know. Shower knob. Let's see if anything happens when we turn it. Now water's coming out. Do you think there might be something on the shower curtain? Oh, maybe. You want to try closing it? Let's try to find out what to do with this dresser. Why don't we go back into the living room? Okay, let's go back. Oops. Okay. Oh, can I do this and then back out? No, I can't. Oh, I just had to click. No, what? Okay, well, let's do this and then shower curtain. Oh, it's waterproof glory. It's nothing suspicious. It's just a normal old shower curtain. And I'm standing in it with June. This is awkward. Time to open a curtain. What items do I have? Matches? Oh shit, do I... Oh, no, not you. No. No, come on. Looks like there's... Yeah, I know that. I didn't want the picture, I want the bathroom. I want to close you, and I want to... Can I use the matches somehow? Matches. Strike. Combine it with the key. Turn it on fire. Oops. Y'all didn't see that. combine them. Yeah, they do so. It's a key we found in the dresser. Maybe I can use it on another similar dresser. What do you mean, why? I'm just gonna go check up on them. Is there something wrong with that? Well, no. Come back soon. Sure thing. I'll leave the rest to you. Room in the back is dark. Any lights? The light switch, right? Oh, nice. Alright, let's go back. Out. No, I know, I want to leave. Candle with candlestick, it might come in handy. Well, let's combine that with the match. I know. Let's not be an idiot. No, I don't want you to sit on top of the dresser. It's flat there, at least it won't fall over. Alright. Okay, it's pretty bright. Now we can look around a little. Alright, so let's actually open this. Okay. That's a strange design. Is it ceramic? Doesn't look like there are any puzzles in it. But I do know something that looks similar to that. Alright, let's look over here. Light. Can't do that. Curtain. Some kind of joke. June is a tsundere? Oh. It got dark all of a sudden. Maybe the candle got blown out. You should go see. The candle ran out is what it did. You're right, it's all bumpy. Oh shit, it's a key. I guess that's all I can really get here. Oh, this is a display case. Check it out. Placing shits look really expensive. It's a pretty weird looking design. Looks like a Holstein pattern. I need it. Pull that shit open. Yeah, pull that. Okay, well, I gotta open it first. There we go. Now I can take it. You got a minute? Sans Undertale showing up out of nowhere. Take this. Sans pulled out something in his pocket. It's a bookmark. Clover. What is this? Found it between some of the cushions of the sofa. Pretty sure it ain't gonna be any help to us, but I figure we might as well hang on to it anyways. Why don't you hold on to it? Sans gave him this wry smile. You know what I hate the most in the world? I got 4 things. Hope, faith, love, and luck. Damn straight. And so you hate these things? Yeah, you got a problem with that? Not really, but Junpei tried to figure out how best to phrase what he wanted to say. What does a bookmark have to do any with that? Sans scratched the back of his ear and looked awkward. Well, you see, each leaf on the 4-leaf clover has a meaning to it, okay? And that means it's pretty much those 4 words. It's like a flower language. I guess it's not a flower, is it? So it's a leaf language, I guess. So you could call them a leaf words. Leaf words. The bookmark. Hope, faith, love, and luck. Yeah, I want you to take it, okay? Just touching it gives me the creeps. Damn thing. Take the damn thing, alright? Sans pretended to shiver with disgust and shoved the bookmark into Junpei's confused hands. What do you want to do? I'll take it. Alright. I feel a lot better now. These things are real pain, you know? Do you really hate those 4 words so much? Yeah, they all betray you, you know? Hope, faith, love, and even your destiny. What had happened to Sans, Junpei wondered, had become such a bitter person for the moment they looked at each other. Well, that's not my only reason. It's not the only reason I hate the 4-leaf clover. I just can't bring myself to like the number 4. Like the 4 horsemen? No, come on. That's just silly. Maybe back in the Dark Ages, that kind of crap scared people, but this is the 21st century. I'm a 21st century guy. There's so many, like, uses of numbers, and I'm just like, what is the, like... What is the best way to determine what something is important to the plot or not? Okay. You mean, like, gambling? Yeah, of course, what else would I mean? La Grande. The lowest, most worthless card. The zeros, called the monkey. Guy in charge of this game? Zero's a monkey. Sans blinked, utterly stunned. He began to laugh. Oh man, you're totally right. The guy who trapped us in here is one hell of a monkey. That's... Lotus spoke up. We just stop the tens digits and that's it. Whoever has 9 wins. Whoever makes 9 wins? I forgot already. But there is seek the exit, seek the door that carries a 9. The only people in that team are going to make it out alive, of course. So that's why it's called the nonary game. You don't know? Nonary means something delivered from 9, or base 9. It's derived from the Latin prefix nona, which means 9. While we're at it, the prefix for 1 is uni, you know, like the unicorn, the horse with the 1 horn. Bi, like binary, means 2 parts. Tri, like the Triforce. And after that, you have quart, quinty, sext, septim. Of course, the prefix for 8 is octo, like octopus. That's because it has 8 legs, get it? Okay. So nana means 9. Okay, yes, I took math. We go from 1 to 9. Our time limit? How many hours did we have? We said 9 hours. And finally, to get out of the ship, we need to find the door with the 9. It's hidden somewhere in the ship. Making a team with the digital root of 9. 9 is everywhere in this game. It's got a real theme of 9s for this whole thing. So no wonder it's called the nonary game. Ooh, okay. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to recreate that pattern, don't I? I have 3 of these things, don't I? Oh shit. No, I only have 2 of them. So I'm gonna have to recreate the thing. Nothing in the toilet. There's no shower curtain. Let's try spreading curtains. There's a hole. Oh, invasion. There's a mushroom growing out of the wall. It's God, idiot. It's a shower knob. I tried turning it, but no water comes out. Oops. Bathroom off. And it's another hole. I can see a single tile from the way I can see what the tile it is. It's the 9th from the top and 3rd from the right. Or 5th from the top. Wow, I can't even... Number 9's in my head right now. 5th from the top and 3rd from the right. You have a menu function? Oh, like a memo function. Here we go. Can we combine these? Nope. You have the Y button, right? Or is that the calculator? That's the calculator. I get it, yes. What are you mumbling at? Did you figure something out? Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I need to figure out... It looks like... Okay. This is gonna be pretty easy, I think. Got it! First try. And there goes the frame. What is this? What do you mean, what is this? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? It's a hole in the wall, like a hidden safe or something, you know? Let's take a look. I think there's something inside. Oh shit, it's the key! Messed around a bit with the key he had. Blankly at the picture, it slid down. What's the deal with this picture anyways? Sans had only been mumbling to himself, but it drew Lotus's attention. She looked at the picture and paused. I think I've seen this picture before. In a book. It's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. A rather interesting theory. I saw this picture in a book. A morphogenic field, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance. Sans put his hands on his head as though he were in great pain. Lotus merely arched an eyebrow in his direction and continued. It's not a different concept to grasp. In essence, he states that the shapes of living organisms and their behavioral patterns are transmitted through a field not visible to the eye. So, Andy, do you know what this is? I don't know what this is. Do you know who that is? You're kidding, right? It's Mario. Telepathic mechanism. It's telepathy, whether perhaps not exactly telepathy, but it's close enough for a simple approximation. Sans suddenly burst into laughter. Are you serious? Telepathy? Get that best ending? I'm not gonna get that best ending. I'm pretty sure I'm definitely not gonna get that ending. Because I'm going through this blind, and I'm gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna continue if I get the not good ending. I read in the book, but I can hardly say I understood it. It's no position to defend or condemn anything I said. Probably just someone latching onto a statistical outlier of some study, and it turning into a ridiculous theory. There's no scientific merit to any of it, I'm sure. Even so, I saw a picture like that in one of his books. I mean, that's exactly what we're kind of talking about. What do you think this picture looks like? To me, it looks like an alien from Alien from the movie Alien, trying to take a piss onto a cross on the ground in the middle of a mountain range. You're gonna stop at one ending? I don't know. I don't even know anything about this game. I don't know anything. I guess it looks like... Butterfly, a koi, a dog, koi, dog, a small boat floating in a lake, a funyarimpa. I think it looks more like a dog than anything, I guess. Yeah. See, you got the head here. And you see the front paws, and there are the back paws. I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! I actually guessed it right. Oh, well. I don't know what it's a picture of, but I don't see how it helps us. A TV show from Great Britain did an experiment once. They took two similar pictures. Both of them were difficult to identify initially, but once you figured out the answer, you could see it as anything else. You couldn't see it as anything else. The first picture was a woman wearing a hat. The other one was, to make it easier, let's just say it was this picture of a dog. So, their experiment, they sent the pictures to other parts of the world where British radio and television didn't reach. Ireland, the US, Africa, Europe, etc. Then in each country they gathered a number of test subjects. All in all, there were roughly 1,000 people. Those 1,000 people were shown the two pictures and asked, what does this look like to you? And the results themselves were not terribly interesting. 9.2% of people saw the lady in the lady picture. 3.9% saw the dog in the dog picture. 2 days later, they broadcasted a new show. During the 30-minute show, they broadcast the dog picture and its solution. The audience was estimated to be 200,000 people. After the broadcast, it could be assumed that the number of people who knew the solution to the dog picture had totaled over 200,000 people. Another 2 days had passed, and they gathered a number of research subjects from areas where British TV and radio did not exist. At the time, they were only able to find a sample of roughly 850 people. Naturally, none of them were people who had participated in the first test. However, they were given the same test and the same two pictures. The results were shocking. 10% of the people saw the lady in the lady picture. Previous test yielded a 9.2% test rate. Success rate, wow. Change but not significant. The dog picture, however, produced a very different result. Grew from 3.9 to 6.8, a very significant increase. So what was that? Why did that happen? What does it mean? Lotus looked back and forth from Junpei and Sans back again. Normally calm and collected, she now looked as though she were nearly possessed, as if there was something manic about her manner. Sans took an involuntary step backward. Junpei didn't budge and stared straight back into Lotus's eyes. So if more people knew the answer, then that information will pass through the field. Psych. Huh? But the things I told you were true. They really did happen. The results of the experiment really aren't anything to go by. They could have easily falsified them. In the end, I'm sure they were just in it for ratings, the TV station after all. right. Man, I gotta admit, you had me there for a minute, so I really thought you were serious. Of course not. I just told you before, I'm sure it's all just pseudoscience. Can we leave now? We just kind of like stood here, grabbed the key, and just sat here talking about dogs for a while. A field not visible to the naked eye. Morphogenetic field. The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. Let's go to the hallway. Let's get June, and you guys can head to the door. Is June not with us? Oh, so I guess she's just here with us. I found it! Wait. Ah, shit. There's no voice clip of Knuckles from Sonic Adventure going, I found them! I was just looking for that. Metal grate extended across the width of the hallway. The cold and shook, but it refused to move. Nearby was a pair of elevators. It only took a few button presses to determine that the elevators would not respond to their efforts. They could only assume the elevators were not powered. There was only one door left. Looks like we don't have a choice. So it's a kitchen. Sans did not look pleased. What were you expecting? Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here. You really think it'd be that easy? Yeah, I know, but still. As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. She stood in front of a door. If we can just get through this door, we could come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier. We don't need a key for that. But don't we need a key for that? Sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy. Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket and spread it out in front of him. And as he did... Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found a map. And I found it's a map of Beat Deck. Meow meow. Meow. We came in here. Oh, hi. You want to meow in front of the mic? Meow. Meow. With their finger, Lotus traced the path on the map. She was right. Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei. He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket. There's a card reader on the right side of the door. That means the key card is somewhere in here, right? Seems most likely. I know that we need to do that then. Let's get moving. Okay, I'm gonna call it off here. I need a break. Oh, so many puzzles, my brain's frying out. And I'm also tired. Because I'm still hungry, or still like full from my food. And also, Hilda needs some love. Yeah. You lonely? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I guess this is the end of the stream, guys. I gotta hit pause. Would you like overwrite? Yes, I would. Would you like to quit? Sure. But 999. Alright, I guess that's the end of the stream for you guys. Thank you for joining. I know this is kind of like an unthrilling, an unthrilling game. But you know, sometimes we need to just chill out for a bit sometimes. And then sometimes we gotta take care of our cats because they are little buttholes. Get into trouble all the time. Alright. Alright. Thank you for joining, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming next week. I don't even know when Skunk is supposed to be streaming, because he's supposed to be streaming on Thursdays, but all of a sudden he is really busy with stuff, so... my time will change eventually, but for now I'm going to be streaming on Thursdays until Skrunkus can start streaming on Thursdays. It's Thursday, right? It is Thursday. So yeah, I guess I'm going to continue. And we're all going to have fun, and we're going to find out who Zero is and why we're all here and why Lotus needs to put on more clothes. Or put on nothing at all. I mean, she's fine how she is. So thank you guys for joining. I'm going to be heading off. Have a good night, everyone. Make sure you eat lots of meat. Meat! What time next Thursday? Usually around 6. That's usually my usual time of streaming. Once a week, guys. That's usually what I do. If it's not on Thursdays, follow the Discord, follow the Twitter. Yes. Gotta keep that in mind. Alright.